Previously on Survivor New Zealand.
Nothing in this challenge! Barbs! It falls!
Survivor's oldest competitor, Barb, claimed her first victory,
Barbs wins immunity!
breaking Tom's winning streak and proving to herself that she may have what it takes to go further in this game.
Look, I've got my individual immunity. I may have a few little moves left in me.
But when it came time to vote, she was tested.
I'm a bit emotional today.
Barb is really going to struggle voting out Nate. After 5 weeks, it's a pretty hard thing to do to vote that person out.
Choosing to side with her new alliance with Tom and Avi.
I favour Avi slightly over Tom just because I've come to know him really, really well.
Over her old friendship with Nate.
Seventh person voted out of Kasar is Nate. The tribe has spoken.
Nate decided to bury the hatchet with former foes Mike and Jack on Redemption Island.
I have no ill feeling towards Michael, and he's got my respect.
Before the final Redemption battle,
Let's go biggest coin.
where Mike and Nate steady hands.
Jack controlling those shakes. Jack has dropped.
Brought them away back into the Kasar camp. Just 4 days remain, with 2 final immunity battles and 2 explosive tribals,
Do you want me to give you the spiel on what's happening in this tribe?
which will decide the final 3 to contend for tomorrow night's $100,000 prize and the title of Sole Survivor.
It's a fast walk back to camp. Okay.
I have a feeling
Brayden.
this camp doesn't like me. I know this tribe didn't really want me there, and I feel like the camp's trying to tell me something as well.
Mike is back after 17 days of being at Redemption with him and Nate coming back. Of course, we've made a plan, in our alliance with Barbs and Avi. First phase would be to take out the person who comes in who's the strongest, which is probably Mike. And then from there, you just have to gauge what's happening next.
Great to be back.
Yeah, welcome.
By the feeling of our alliance right now, it should be quite solid. And it has been because I didn't get voted off at the last tribal. That was the chance that they had to show that, there was a hole in the alliance.
What's been happening? Man, where do we start, eh?
With my second chance, I need to try and test the waters a bit, try and see where people's votes are going to be. Bearing in mind, I got voted out less than 48 hours ago, so is there going to be a major shift in that alliance of 3? Potentially not. It'll add a new dynamic with Michael, so Michael and I might have to talk and try and come up with a plan.
Yeah, cheers. Final 5.
Yeah. It's outrageous. I was scared, bro, about Jack coming back into the game.
Yeah,
I'm sure you would have been thinking it too. It's sad to see Jack go, but I mean, putting him on the jury is not necessarily the worst thing that could happen to me. Me giving my word to him and you, it would have caused some shit if it got to court.
Jack is going to give his vote to Tom. Of course it makes me worried. Any vote that's not for me is a vote for someone else, and that's a concern, but I've given Tom my word that I'm taking him to the end, and so I'm gonna stand by that.
Oh my gosh, real life is so close to us right now.
Yeah, bro.
However, if Mike goes to the end with Tom and myself, then I feel like there's an opportunity there for the votes from the jury to kind of be diluted, which will strengthen my case a little bit. It's so like me showing all my cards.
What I need to do to get to the end with two of these people is to make sure that my alliance stays strong, that the plan doesn't veer off in any other random direction, that Mike is taken out of the game. He's too strong.
Nate's spread eagled out there, taking up the. If you see, it's like there's no room for any of us now, guys. Holy cow!
Can anyone beat Goliath? That's cool, eh? So Goliath. It is cool. Everyone wants to knock the top dog off the perch, and the problem you've got is you've been the top dog from probably since the water challenge, you know? Mike and I, we've kissed the mate up, so to speak. I don't have an alliance with Mike, but we both know that it's one of us at the next tribal council if he doesn't win immunity. So we're on the similar sort of frequency, I suppose, singing off the same song sheet that we're going to have to possibly, potentially work together. I know that for the rest of my days, I'll see the colour purple on me. You know, and I imagine they do with orange as well. And I understand that connection with Tom and Avi, but I get the feeling she's with me.
It seems weird that she'd want to go with him. She doesn't have a chance of it.
Try and get Barb's side sometime.
If Mike and I had the ability and had some influence and control, I think you'd seriously have to look at Tom, followed closely by Avi. That alliance is my biggest threat.
And win this first immunity, then hopefully they can inspire.
Yeah.
Come on,
To get to the end, Michael and I have to try and get a wedge in somewhere and try and crack open that alliance of three. So I think Michael has to win immunity. If you got a shot at any of them, you take it. It's all about how they interpret it, isn't it? You make a move, but you don't want it to cause a ripple.
sounds good. Yeah. Just so we're not seen talking heaps.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
Tree mail!
Reward.
It's got to be a reward.
Actually, it's quite a fat one.
Individual
Reward.
immunity. Spent 17 days at Redemption Island. First day back, and I've got to fight for my life in an immunity challenge.
Immunity. Why'd you do that?
The importance of winning the immunity challenge today is huge. It's basically me versus Tom. The winner will probably get to final three, and the loser is likely going home.
Get the gears on.
Let's do it.
Mike, you know, he is kind of my mirroring Larry Bird to Magic Johnson. Like, I felt like if there was anyone in the game I needed to beat, it needed to be this guy. So I've finally got my shot, him coming back, and I really want it.
Are you guys ready for what is probably the most important immunity challenge yet? First up, Barbs. I need that necklace back.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. It may return.
It may return.
It may return.
Michael, you said you weren't sure the tribe wanted you back. How's it been settling back into Castaways?
Better than I expected, actually. Everyone's been really friendly and, you know, feel part of the tribe.
You feel as though that friendliness is genuine?
Yeah. All these people are really genuinely friendly people. Whether they want to translate that friendliness into, you know, an alliance is a different story. But no, I get along with all of these people.
Tom, you've said that you've been looking forward to this stage in the game, to get Goliath or Michael back in the game. You still feel that way?
Yeah, of course. He's obviously a really strong competitor, and it's always a good thing to come up against someone who's going to test you.
Nate, you know how quickly this game can change. You feel the same way?
Yeah, I think the immunity necklace is probably more important for others than some at this stage.
You're not going to say who?
No.
All right, for today's challenge, you're going to use a rope to level an unbalanced table. You'll then race out and collect blocks, one at a time, and stand those blocks on the table. If your blocks fall, you have to stop what you're doing, head back, and reset them. The first person to have all 10 blocks standing on their table wins immunity, is safe at tonight's vote, and guaranteed a spot in the final 4. Let's rip into it. Survivors ready, go! Michael and Tom realising how sensitive this table is. Barb taking an early lead, clearly out in front. You drop your blocks, you got to head back. Nate got to head back. Barb looking very strong with 3. Already found her sweet spot. Avi's got 2. Michael's got 2. Barb with her 4th. Nate struggling with that balance. Don't want to lose it. Everyone's still in this game. It can change so quickly. Barb drops for the first time. She was looking so good with 5. Michael now got 5. Tom inching back into this game. It is all on. Avi with 5. Barb with 5, coming back with her 6th. Nate still struggling to find a sweet spot. Avi drops. Just like that. Michael drops. Huge change. Barb now back in the lead. Tom coming back with his 6th. He is just behind Barb and Michael, who are struggling. Avi places his 6th block. He's still in this game. Immunity up for grabs. Guaranteed spot in the final 4. Barb's drops. Tom now hasn't dropped in ages. Michael's is starting to drop. Can he handle the pressure? He's shown time and time again he can at Redemption. Different game today. Barb with 7. Tom and Michael and Avi with 6. Avi places his 7. Avi creeping into 2nd place behind Barb, who's inching back with her 8th. Tom places his 7. Michael struggling with his 7. Barb's so composed. Tom and Avi just 1 behind as Barb places her 8, now 2 in front of Michael. Nate struggling on that 5. Again, coming down to the wire. You've got to control that rope as you head out in the final stages. Tom staying focused. Michael places his 7. He can still win it. Barb drops. Unbelievably crucial mistake from Barb. She's got to head back. Tom and Barb neck and neck on 8 blocks. Can Tom pick it up from here? Avi coming back with his 8. He drops. He's got to go back. This is a cruel, cruel challenge. Tom looking good. This is where it's tough. You've got to place that block. Michael struggling at the table, still absolutely in this challenge. Tom places his 9th block, heading back for his 10th. You only need 10 to win the challenge, to be safe at the vote. Michael heading back for his 9th. Avi still working on his 8th. Nate, he's got 6 up, going for his 7th. Can Michael crawl back? He's just 1 block behind. Barb and Tom almost neck and neck on their final block. Oh, Barb drops! She's got to come back and reset. Tom, can he win it from here? Michael placing his 9th now, heading back for his 10th. Tom just creeping back with that 10th and final block in his hand. Can he place it before Barb gets back? Can he keep that table balanced? Michael heading for his 10th. Michael drops. A lot at stake here. Coming right down to the wire. Tom about to place his 10th. If it tips, then Barb's is in front. 3, 2, 1. Tom wins immunity!
Good on you, mate. Good on you.
Slow and steady.
Good on you.
Tom, yet again, congratulations. Come and grab it.
Nice job, Tommy.
Tom, after 37 days in this game, you are safe at tonight's Tribal Council. The rest of you, fair game. Grab your stuff, head back to camp, see you tonight at Tribal.
The moment I put down that last block, I'm sure a lot would have gone through Mike's mind, but I think he's the kind of player who would have thought to himself, all right, my plan A is done, I've got to go to plan B, and so I'm expecting him to go back to camp and scramble a lot.
Nice job, Tommy.
Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
It was mine to lose. I was like, oh, let's just go really fast and see what happens.
That challenge didn't go as well as planned, so I'm gonna have to flip and get my scramble on, get the strategy going again, and just try and scrape through this afternoon. First target will be Barb, I think. Writing in your journal already.
Yes.
I should have won the challenge.
I have. I've got here. It was mine to lose.
Where's your head at?
You know, Arby and I are kind of together.
Yeah. I'll just do it. I'll do a spiel. Say you're in the final 3 with those 2. Like, if you want to get the most, respect from your family and
Yeah.
Be seen as the better person, if you're with them, you'd probably get no votes.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of
But
that.
if Nate's there,
I know what you're saying. It will be far better standing beside Mike and Nate than it would be with Avi and Tom, and he is totally correct. But I don't think I can look at Avi and betray him.
So would you not want to have the chance of getting more votes and also pulling off like a big move?
I know it's a big move. Look, my Sala move, that was huge, and that was all on me. I found it really simple just to direct people, and that's why I said I know I need people that are 40 in their 50s on the jury to actually appreciate my subtle game, and that's why you just mostly will not understand.
What was that?
I know what you're saying. If I was playing totally for Survivor and it's all about the money, you'd be totally right.
Barb is kind of like your old grandma who has a one-way valve and doesn't really take anything in.
So with your whole game, you're subtle.
Yeah. Well, just
Subtleties and how you've
subtle.
won it.
I just was myself. It just was like taking candy from a baby.
She just keeps talking over me and reiterating how much of a subtle game she's played, that all the young people won't actually be able to understand how good her game is.
See, Mike, you should have cajoled me. I'm pretty loyal. I'm there through thick and thin.
And I'm just like, okay, Barb, you have done nothing this game apart from win one immunity. There's no way you're getting any votes. I'm really sorry.
All right, I'll just say one last thing.
Okay.
So if you want to get across your jury, you're not going to listen if you're standing beside two good players. But if Nate's beside you, you're clearly done a lot more.
I've done more than Nate. I know I have, yeah.
That's the last thing I'll say.
Okay. And I hope whatever I decide, you have to respect. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Barb doesn't really seem to register my logic, which is so annoying. I mean, come on, Barb, this is what you came to survive for. You can come to be friends with a nice guy.
Oh, God.
I think there's maybe a teeny bit of wiggle room with Barb, like 5%.
Yeah.
I'll probably give it one last go at Tribal Council. Are you thinking of writing down RV or my name?
Might vote RV.
If you do vote RV, that would be ideal for me, because I'll vote RV, and then I'll give it one last crack at Tribal Council to try and get Barb across.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think you'll sway any of those three, but if I had to pick a pony, I'd pick Barb, because we've spent 35 days together. I was cheering Mike on in my head today.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, go on.
Mike's with Harvey now. When he came to see me, he was like, you'll have more chance against Nate and me rather than Harvey and Tom. Yes, it was interesting.
He does have a point. Harvey and Tom have done very well putting the jury.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Harvey's speech will be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a game at the end of the day. Yeah, we all want to win, but we can't all win. You know, the whole world can't eat candy floss and everyone get on. Someone's got to win. I still hope to win. $17 days. You know, how many people did he see off? Jack,
Lee.
Shannon, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's incredible. It's quite a success.
Yeah.
If I can survive 17 days at Redemption Island, doing a bit of scrambling, convincing a few people, should be a breeze. I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna be, but I'm not gonna give up till the end. The ideal strategy would be to get me, Barb and Nate along and vote off RV, and then take out Tom at the next community. Then I'm left with, you know, two old people that ain't gonna get any votes in the final three. The other option is go with Tom and RV.
How you feeling? Right. I'm just going to talk to a couple. Yeah.
Trying to get them on board. However, if that doesn't pan out, I've got to count on Barb. And I don't know how that's going to go.
Something that hasn't sat well with me in this game is just that if you're good at something, you get voted out. It's so stinky.
It's kind of like as soon as you hit the merge, all the good people, the challengers, and all the nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a miracle that I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say it's you or I tonight.
Yeah. depending on who's talking to who and with Tom. Unless Tom's on board with that, in which case we go one of these guys.
Mike's throwing up the idea of Tom and him and myself being the final 3, which isn't a bad idea for me. It might split up those jury votes that are going to go to Tom, meaning that I'll come up with more votes and take out the win. So if I make it to the end with Mike and Tom, then I'm happy.
You me and him.
No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno, bro. Were you thinking that?
Huh?
Were you going to go with that?
No, I mean, only because you wouldn't. It would actually work for me. Yeah.
We would be very veer off at this point after banking so much on being like, this was a crucial thing to do. My biggest concern is that Mike sways either Barbs or Avi. I'm more scared about Avi because that would put me in a compromising kind of situation later. I don't think he will swing, but the possibility is there and it scares me.
I always get a little restless around this time.
Tom thought you were a bit nervous today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's secure, but he's very still insecure, isn't he?
Yeah. Which I suppose he has fair reason to be, given his track history in this game. I do feel a bit nervous about Tom's physical game that he's playing. The more wins he has, kind of the stronger candidate he is to win. I'd give him my vote. I was thinking after his win today, like, my chance of winning against him is getting less and less. And since you're probably not going to be there.
No, there's that, but you'd have Nate, so...
I don't know if I'd have Nate.
There's really 2 plans I have in mind. If I do the RV plan, I want Mike to go to the end with RV because he will separate the votes between Tom and him, which means Nate needs to go next. But I know Tom wanted to take Nate because he thought that would single him up as the person who's done well in challenges. And it's clever, and Tom's stacking the deck in his favour. And as I'm now in Arvy's court, I'm trying to stack the deck in Arvy's favour.
Do you drain the water off?
No, I can go have a look.
Now, if I had a big think and decided, okay, I will want to go to the end, then we'd have to take Mike out. But I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do.
Hey,
Yep. Beans.
they're almost there.
Mike's still not back.
Okay, but
He's gone for a wander.
Goliath should be worried. I'm pretty confident that Tom and Arvi, old Monga Tom, they're not going to turn on each other. Barbs, I don't think she's going to flip. Michael needs to be worried. At least I don't have to pack 3 nights in a row, so that'll be nice.
I tried to say that. I think you've been cut out of tea, because you'll be gone.
It is exhausting to constantly be reassessing your game plan, but that's the nature of this game. Change and surprises come up. It's been an essential kind of component of moving forward in this game, is having to reassess and realign.
We'll now bring in our jury. Lee, Sala, Shannon, Shay, and Jack. Day 37 in this game. So much has happened since our last tribal, which was only 2 days ago. Michael, you were at Redemption Island for 17 days. You were there long enough to take 5 people out of the game. They're all sitting on the jury. You are a powerhouse in this competition.
Oh, I definitely don't feel like a powerhouse being vulnerable at the moment. Do you want me to give you the spiel on what's happening in this tribe?
If you want to offer it up.
you want me to give you the spiel on what's happening in this tribe?
If you want to offer it up.
So basically, we've got these two that are obviously tight-knit, and there's me and Nate who are a bit on the outside. So the obvious person to ask for help was Barbara. The way the future can go basically for Barbara is that she can either go with the two guys that have been carrying her the past 2 weeks and get to the final 3, but if she goes with those two, she'll get 0 votes, which will be a pretty embarrassing end to the game. People in the jury either vote for a strong player who wins the challenges, which is Tom, or a social player who makes lots of friends, which is RV. But if she goes with me and Nate, I'd get the stronger challenge votes. However, her social game has been a lot better than Nate's social game. So she would get quite a few votes that RV would have originally got. So she can either choose basically to get 0 votes and have an embarrassing end, or she can come with me and Nate and she'd actually get quite a few votes. So it's kind of pretty much up to Barbara. She's the vote.
I suppose you can ask me a question now.
Barbs.
First of all, she's the cat's mother. I don't know if you've ever heard that phrase.
I haven't.
Yep, he's been scrambling and I seem to be the linchpin yet again. And for somebody that's been carried, I seem to be a linchpin a hell of a lot in this game. And it's all in perception. And I'm afraid he's come in too late, listened to a few people over there, and I don't think Arvi and Tom have carried me. I think we're a solid triangle, and each of us are a pivotal point in our 3.
Tom, what did you make of that?
It's not the way I would have approached that, but, you know, respect to Mike for going at it to the end.
You're carrying me, darling.
She knows where her head's at about where she is in the game, and I don't know, I didn't actually expect
and could
that.
I just add, possibly for somebody that wants to have my vote, showing a little bit of respect to actually go with him and Nate, and I don't find that very respectful how he just did that. So it's not exactly a really good play on his part, which we've talked about for the first 2 weeks at Hermosa, what he was like. So I don't think he's improved much.
Michael, Barbs has just said your plan, the way you've delivered your plan, you've done it without respect. You've been disrespectful. What do you say to that?
Oh yeah, that definitely wasn't the intention. I was just trying to show her how
That I'm being
she's-
thrown under the bus.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
okay.
know. Yeah. I was just trying to show her how she's being perceived by the jury. I was saying there is a way you can change that and be perceived positively. It wasn't anything disrespectful. Sorry if it was.
You're okay, Barbs?
Oh, look, I'm fine. I don't have a problem how the jury perceives me. I know how I've played the game. Mike's been out quite a while, so actually isn't quite up to date with everything.
Arvi,
Yes.
a lot going down right here. Your take on it?
Well, it's just big assumptions to make, you know, that Nate's on the out and this is the triangle
It's
and...
not assumptions.
All right.
You know that's not assumptions.
Do you feel like you're on the outer, Nate?
I should know what being on the outer is like. I was on the outer for Hermosa for a long time, but let's wind the clock back 48 hours. And what happened there, to me, that's a pretty solid indication of where you sit. And you got to get your head around it.
Guys, you've all survived 37 days in this competition. You have come so close to the end. Why should your tribe mates have you around for another couple of days?
Because I'm just so delightful.
Obviously directed it at Barb. The only reason, yeah, would be if you want to receive more votes at the end and have a better finish.
You don't buy it, Barbs?
I don't know. I'm the last female standing, the oldest player here. I think I've had quite a good game up to this point, and I'm still here, so we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, it is time to vote. Tom, you're safe with individual immunity, unless, of course, you want to give that up.
Sorry, not for that.
Everyone else is fair game. Tom, you're up first.
You're the man, RV. See you on the other side.
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Mike. Arvi. One vote Mike, one vote Arvi. Mike. Two votes Mike, one vote Arvi. Person voted out of Kassar is Mike. You need to bring me a torch.
See you later, guys.
Okay.
Good job.
Mike, the tribe has spoken. You are now the 6th member of our jury. Grab your torch, head on out.
See you later.
As soon as Goliath comes in, Goliath is gone. It appears you're no longer mucking around when it comes to the powerhouses in this competition. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
Crazy tribal.
It was.
You know when as they were walking in,
Yeah.
Mike turns to me and he's just like, "Let the games begin, Tom." And I was like,
Really? Oh, he's going to get onto that jury and do some stirring, you think?
I was like,
Yeah.
"You serious, bro?"
It's like, God. Mike's obviously got a silver forked tongue because he's obviously swayed a lot of the jury that have passed through him to vote for him. So, yeah, he needed to go. His days were over. Yeah, a bit extreme.
Bit of
And
spice, eh?
melodramatic.
Yeah.
Spice, mate.
My plan going forward is to have a long conversation with Barb just about what her plans are, and I think I'm gonna try and get the final 3 to be Nate and Tom and myself. I need her vote in the jury.
This morning, day 38, so everyone's pretty upbeat. As a 4, I think we all sort of get on. So we're all talking about whether it's a down day or a reward day or immunity, and we still don't know if it's 39 or 40 days. We don't know how long we're here for. I hope it's not 50.
Check tree mail. Ooh, nice. Ooh, tree mail. Individual immunity invite. The last one.
What?
Oh, schnai!
Hot dang. This definitely makes it feel like we're at the business end of the competition. After this, there'll be 3 people left, and that could very well be the final 3 in this game. Last one standing and last immunity. I desperately want to be one of those 3. It's what I've been gearing up for this entire game. I'm just so close. I need to get there.
Should we make a move?
Get into it, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
If I want to make the final 3, absolutely vital for me to win immunity. If I lose, I'm pretty confident that I'm gone without some stroke of luck or change of heart from any one of them. 72 hours ago, they voted me out. So I need to win.
All right, let's do it.
Come on in, guys! Back down to just 4. You guys ready for your final individual immunity challenge?
Yeah.
Yep.
So much riding on this. First up, Tom, you know the drill for the last time. Don't even need to tell you, I'll take it back. For today's challenge, you'll place one foot on the end of a seesaw, balancing a vase on the other. If your vase falls, you are out. Last person left standing wins immunity and is guaranteed a spot in the final 3. One step closer to the $100,000 prize and becoming New Zealand's very first sole survivor. Take your spots, we'll rip into it. For immunity, survivors ready. 3, 2, 1, go. This challenge is on. Once again, it's all about focus and concentration. Nate struggling early. Just like that, he is gone.
Good luck, Nate.
He wanted immunity, he misses out on it. 2 minutes gone in this challenge. Everyone with a reasonably similar technique. Tom just fixing his hair. That's how comfortable he is. "20 minutes, done and dusted. Just 3 remaining in this challenge. Everyone looking solid early. Day 38 in this game. These contestants running on rice and beans. Tom's vase attracting a butterfly or 2.
Get off there.
Is it a good sign?
Extra weight.
More weight.
Just messing with me. Get off there.
Just like that,
Yeah.
Barb's is gone after 30 odd minutes. And with
With that, there are just two standing. Tom and Avi. Starting to get the feeling this challenge could go a long time. One hour gone in this challenge. Surely those legs will be burning by now. Avi again just shaking slightly, ever so slightly. Tom bobbing his vase up and down again. He's making a move with his arms. Just a little stretch. A sign that he might be feeling it, perhaps. Tom, do you feel like an ice-cold drink?
Yeah.
Same. A massive milestone right here. These guys have been balancing that vase for 2 hours. It is hot, it is sticky. Tom almost loses it just like that after the 2-hour mark. He knows it.
Tell us a story, Matt.
I think this challenge will be harder if you tell me a story.
There once was a boy called Tom, and he had won 5 immunities. His next door neighbor was a poor little lonely boy called Avi, who hadn't won a single one. One day they went to a duel, and they lasted 3 hours, looking at a vase that was balancing tentatively on the end of a seesaw.
Look how much fun we're having on the seesaw. Tom, can he hold it together?
Oh.
Come on, Tom.
Right, guys, congratulations. You've been in this position for 3 hours now. So we're going to change it up. I'm going to ask you to put your hands behind your head. Tuck them in behind your head like this. 3, 2, 1. If your hands or hand comes off your head to regain your balance, you are gone. Avi going back to shaking. Tom bouncing again on that seesaw. Vase moving up and down, almost like a yo-yo. Avi looking like he's digging deep. These guys can't deal with pain in the same way they were before. Tom is gone! Avi wins immunity. Medic.
It's okay, you just done a fake, mate.
You're right, buddy.
Just get him. Yeah.
All right. All right, Tom. Wow.
You right, bud? Can you remember what happened?
Well, I won.
No. Yeah, cool.
You two blokes certainly know how to push each other, don't you?
I've been doing it this whole game.
You got it.
Avi, you've had to wait a long time and work bloody hard for it, but finally you have won probably the most important individual immunity challenge. Come and grab it. Avi, not only that, but you've guaranteed a spot in the final 3. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, this is all I wanted. I just wanted one. Yeah.
What do you make of what went down in that challenge?
It just goes to show how strong Tom is, you know? It had to take blacking out for him to step down or quit. It's kind of indicative of a relationship this whole game, you know? We've just been duking it out the whole way.
Tom, do you want to run me through what happened there at the finish?
I felt solid still when I was focused in on the black dot that I'd been looking at, and then everything around it just turned to bright lights.
Well, Avi, after 38 days in this competition, you are safe at tonight's Tribal Council. You have assured yourself a spot in the top 3. You other 3 could be voted out tonight. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
Epic.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, that was so good.
Rough water, mate.
Yeah, all good.
Get out of the sunbow.
With Arby winning, game plan's the same. I've just got to try and break up that triangle.
Well done. Well done. That was funny, mate. You were just freaking out.
I was so bored. That was the first thing that hit me, was this boredom. I was like, oh, damn it, everyone's solid.
If I had the ability, I think you'd seriously have to look at Tom. He's a red hot favourite, I would have thought. If he gets through, he's won it. You might as well forget about your bank account number because it's going into Tom's account. But how I do that, I'm not sure. But I've got to find a crack somewhere and start to try and whack a wedge in it to break it apart.
Getting bitten.
Yeah.
Geez, the flies were buzzing around me doing that challenge, tickling me.
Now, where's your head at?
No, I'm fine. I'm resigned. I'm cool. Yep.
I don't want you to go.
If he was smart, he should get rid of Tom tonight.
Hey?
If he was smart, he should get rid of Tom tonight. It's the only way to win.
Harvey.
He just doesn't have the numbers, whether I'm on jury or not. I mean, he's won one immunity, but really all Harvey's done is just be a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's made no moves. If he was smart and wanted to make a move, that's his move he should make. But I'm fine with tonight, so it's cool.
It's only one more day. One more day, though. You're in a prime position to drive this for 100k.
Tom won't vote out Arby, Arby won't vote out Tom. So you and I could do a 2-2 split, but what does that achieve?
Forces a tiebreak.
I don't know how it works.
First one to build a fire.
I can't build a fire.
Well, I can build a fire.
I've made fire here with a flint. I don't know if Tom has, so it would give me a chance.
2 to me, 2 for Tom. Tom and I build fire.
She may like that idea. I dare say she'll mull it over. She's a good thinker. She's a good tactician.
For me, it's a real double-edged sword, and it's a bit of a hollow.
No, I know.
Achievement.
But hey, it's a bit emotional roller coaster for me too. Kind of, you know, thinking, okay, I'm there and now I'm not. But
Only because you're choosing not to be. What's the opening 2 words? I won!
Yeah, there's actually. Yeah.
If she wants to go, then go, but I'd be really disappointed for her. I think in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, she will want to know how she could have finished. Be a pretty harsh ending to a big day for Tom, but it's the game, isn't it?
What are you thinking?
I was just telling Nate, I said, I feel if you want to win your 100,000, you need to get rid of Tom tonight.
Yeah, but I can't do that.
I know you can't. You're going to kiss it goodbye. It doesn't matter if I'm going there or not. He's got 4 easy votes.
I think I'd rather lose than do that to Tom. How do you feel about it all?
I'd like to go to the tree. Not that I'd win, but just that I'd gone to the final, you know.
I hate to say it, but I was banking on it a little bit. I don't want to force anyone to do anything.
Yeah. Nate's going, I'd rather go out and start, do a fire making.
Oh, between you two?
No, I should know, between him and Tom.
Right.
You two vote Nate, but him and I vote Tom, and he said, you're not down to fire. Could be a way to get Tom out without him knowing, without losing face.
I'd feel big. I think that would just be the worst thing I can do. Like, that's such an asshole move. If we could take out Tom and I could win it. But I've given Tom my word. What am I without my word?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go and sit and have a look at the sea.
You just let me know what you want. I just feel so much more confident knowing that you were there, backing me, cheering me on, you know, from the other side.
Today I've just been feeling really torn and quite emotionally raw. Going into tribal tonight, my main aim is just to hold it together and not cry.
Phil, you okay?
Not really.
Okay. Just tell me if you need me to hug.
Oh, it's just Army wanting me to do it, and I'm fine with it, but then Nate's telling me I shouldn't do it. And it's,
You go with whatever you think, you do. Like
what do you do? Army needs my vote. And it's like, it's not going to beat you without vote. I don't think you beat me, Tom. Watching you, I just thought you looked amazing. And if I had said yes to I'd be voting for you, Tom.
I'm not going to sway you either way.
No, but that's fine. I'm just emotional. So if I said I want to stay, you would be okay with that? Not Nate?
I don't want to cry, I'd hope that even if you did go, that you would keep yourself open to not just going with Harvey to please.
No, and that's my biggest thing. I'm going as if I want my children, when they watch it, to be proud of what I say. So that's what I aim to do. If I go tonight, I go tonight. And if I stay and I do my thing, hopefully I do it right.
A wee bit nervous about tribal. A spanner could be thrown in and I could go home and be the closest person to have never made it. But this is the big one.
I don't feel safe at all, but you never know. It's a funny old game. You never know.
My biggest concerns are that it's going to come down to a draw and that Tom will lose the challenge. He's been a really good friend to me for a lot of the game, and I just don't think he deserves to go out that way.
I've got a really big decision to make. It's going to be really, really hard.
We'll now bring in the members of our jury. Lee, Sala, Shannon, Shay, Jack and Michael. Kassar, tonight one of you will become the 7th and final member of our jury. Avi, you have guaranteed yourself a spot in the final 3 with an epic win in today's challenge. You are safe, and because you're safe, you have some sway. The rest of you, what case do you give to Avi and your other tribe mates to stay in this game, considering it could be a $100,000 decision? Tom, your case.
I'd just start by saying we started together. You know, I'd love to finish with you, especially that we'd given our word as well about where we were at, and it made us feel like we were actually fighting for each other rather than against each other. It was quite cool.
Nate?
I've been honest, I've been truthful, I haven't lied to them. I like to think my integrity's still intact.
Do you think you'd be a good person to have sitting at the final three?
Yeah, I think I potentially is equal as worthy as the others. I mean, I've got here without winning a challenge. That's not bad. Something's going right for me.
Barbs?
The friendships forged, the connections made, and just trust. And just hopefully that will all come through in the end.
You are so close to making it to the final three. Do you think you can win this competition?
That's up to the jury, I suppose. I think I've got a story, and it's quite a good one, and I think it'll be quite inspirational.
All right, guys, it is time to vote. Of course, Avi is safe with individual immunity, unless, Avi, you want to give that up?
No, I worked too hard for this one today.
Avi, you're up first.
Good luck to them.
You're an absolute legend, bro.
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Nate. Nate. 2 votes, Nate. Tom. 2 votes, Nate. 1 vote, Tom. Ninth person voted out of Kassar is Nate.
Thanks very much,
You need to bring me a torch.
Honour and a privilege. No worries.
Nate, the tribe has spoken. You are now the 7th member of our jury. Grab your torch, head on out. Congratulations, guys. You are our final 3. But the power in this game now shifts to the jury. You will now be judged on the way you've played, the friendships you've made, and the people you've betrayed. The jury will vote, and one of you will win $100,000 and the title of New Zealand's first ever sole survivor. Big day tomorrow. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.